All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to end our narrative nonfiction with a part 5 format. Throughout this whole writing process, your whole target, we started at school, was for you to analyze how an author is writing to inform readers. And you did that with many steps. You did that by focusing on a narrative, by focusing on nonfiction, by focusing on tension, word choice, and now we are going to do format. Format is the way in which something is arranged. So we're going to take our essay so far and format it like a narrative nonfiction piece. We're going to arrange it. This was the article about the Triangle Factory workers, about the young woman trapped in the fire and she jumped into the elevator. And we're going to format it to add subtitles and pictures. Here was a 33 minors portion of the article. Here's another example of subtitles. And the purpose of subtitles is to lead the reader in to the section, whether it's setting or events or tension or time change. So you are going to see your directions tomorrow. It's going to look like this. And I want you to format your essay to look like a nonfiction narrative article. These are your requirements. You have an essay, but now I need you to add to your essay the title, the author, pictures, subtitles, and a source. You get to choose which way you want to do it. I put all these apps together that you can use. You're very good with apps, and you can create your essay to look like this using any of these apps. I currently chose the Google Doc, which I'll show you in just a minute. But first, up to our requirements, these are pretty self-explanatory, except maybe the subtitles. And I'm going to model that to you with my essay. So here's my essay. And my essay is in paragraphs. The paragraphs show event change, time change, location change. And I'm going to practice naming them with subtitles. Now on my essay, I don't have the actual title yet, but I'm just going to practice subtitles with you. So in this first part, Haley is getting ready for work and she hears a scream. That's what this whole paragraph is about. So I think I'm going to label this section the scream. It's catchy. It makes the reader wonder what is going on, interested in reading more. When I go to my second page, and I have this big paragraph right here. This is the paragraph where Haley runs out of the house. She sees the grandmother. She sees the boy in the back of the car, and she pulls the boy out of the car and lays him on the back of the car. So with this event, I think I'm going to introduce a character with my subtitle, and I'm going to call it the slumping boy. It's quick, it's catchy, it introduces a new character, and it again makes them want to the reader want to read a little bit more. Now in the next paragraph down here is when Haley starts CPR on the boy, and it gets into the facts and what it feels like for her. So because this involves a lot of the technical part of the narrative nonfiction, I'm going to call this CPR training, because Haley gets involved in a lot of the CPR to-dos in that part of the narrative. Then finally, and this is the second portion of that CPR training paragraph. Then finally, I end my narrative nonfiction with her gut telling her something else, and that's when she stops CPR and she starts the Heimlich maneuver. And I'm going to title or subtitle this section, and I'm going to call it Gut Feeling. Not only is that catchy for the reader, but it also is a change of events. And I want you to look at your paragraphs, and I want you to think of what is the paragraph talking about, and I want you to kind of label it with a catchy subtitle. So here I have gut feeling, CPR training, slumping boy, and my initial subtitle is the scream. So I looked at my essay, I looked at my paragraphs, I subtitled each paragraph, and that's based on my to-do list. So when I look at my essay, I need title, author, pictures, subtitles, and the source. Again, you can choose how you want to create your essay, what you want it to look like. Choose the app you want to use. If you want to use your current Google Doc and just add the requirements above, you're more than welcome to. I use the Google Doc, and this is what my essay looks like. I added a title, Teacher Saves 2-Year-Old. I put the author, the writer, that's me. I put the source of where I got all my facts from. And then you can see the subtitles I just created in my essay. So what I basically did is I copied and pasted each of my paragraphs to format kind of like this newspaper magazine article style. And I did that right on Google Docs. I added a picture. So when I look at my to-do list of my final expectations, I have all of these in my formatted narrative nonfiction essay, and this is my final piece. Now, working on an iPad, doing this in Google Docs might be difficult. I may have to help you format it to look like this, and then you can get working on it. But I am more than happy if you guys choose any of these apps and kind of cut and paste your paragraphs on the different pages in those apps. And then don't forget to include all of this required. In the end, it's gonna look great. This is our whole purpose. How do authors inform readers? That was our overall goal. And I think you're gonna have fun with this. This is the last part. You have until Friday to get it done. Webnote me if you have any questions. Thank you so much for listening.